Well, hello again. It's me, the one and only Lady Sandy Barker. Was just at the Battle of the Bands at the Electric Palm in Woodbridge, Virginia. Usually it's awesome. The bands work well and they don't take more time than they're supposed to. But today, I don't know what happened. But there was this young band had been invited up from Harrisonburg because another band had canceled. Then the other band that canceled showed up. So now they got four bands. And the young guys, I thought they should have a chance. So I waited all day long, eating hush puppies and drinking ginger ale and Pepsi with lime, waiting to hear these young guys who write their own songs, by the way. And I'm a songwriter, so I appreciate people who write their own stuff. Whereas this one band, they were just covering a bunch of old hard rock music, and they played it so freaking loud I had to stick. I like to be up near the dance floor so I can dance, so I had to stick some napkins in my ears because it was so freaking loud. It gave me a headache. And the poor guys, they were supposed to go on at 5:45, and these guys, I don't know what band that was, but I wrote on their worst band ever because they were so disrespectful of the young musicians. And then when a young musician went over and talked to the mix guy, which I usually respect a lot, but not so much anymore. When he went over to remind the guy that was doing the mix, hey, we were supposed to go on at 5:45. We drove from Harrisonburg. We've been here all day. Couldn't you get the band off? When he put a sign up and said one more song to the band, and that band just stayed on there for 3 freaking more songs. 3. And I'm going, this is ridiculous. And then I was bullied by a fat, ugly, skinhead dumbass. And pardon my language, I said a bad word, but hey, he was a dumbutt. Because I chose to wear a mask because I've had Moderna, he was sitting there telling me that now I'm being tracked by the U.S. government because I had a Moderna shot. You know what I told him? I told him, you ain't got sense God gave a goose, mister, and I don't like you much. So you need to probably get out of my face. And then I got my key out. Because if he hadn't got out of my face, I was going to stick my key where he wouldn't want it stuck. Don't sit there and bully me because I'm trying to protect other people and you're an idiot and you want to go spread freaking germs. You lowlife piece of poop. I was so disappointed I didn't even stay to hear those young men play because I was just so aggravated. It's my damn business if I want to get on a dance floor and dance with the dang mask. It's my business, not his. He had no right to come over and say anything to me. And they kept just getting in my way, those idiots that support freaking who ain't president no more. Get it through your freaking skulls. He ain't president no more. The idiot who played freaking golf every time he turned around. He's a lazy lowlife just like y'all are. And I'm saying it. I was so disappointed I left before I should have left. I would have been better off going over to the JV restaurant and dancing my buns off, even if I did have to pay a fee to get in the door. Because they don't bully me there if I freaking wear a mask. At least they haven't. And if I ever do go there and I decide to wear a mask and they do bully me, I won't be going there anymore either, and I'll be putting that on Facebook just like I did the Electric Palm. Some people at the Electric Palm, they're pretty decent, and the staff, they're really nice people, most of them. But there are some. And unfortunately, I go and I sit by myself, and then everybody just piles in around. I didn't ask them to. One lady said, can I sit here? That's fine. She sat there. Well, she's a big fan of this band that I didn't like. So I imagine she's probably part of their idiot stupidity people. I have been quarantined for a whole freaking year. And Uber knew about the corona and didn't tell us. And I was sick in January, in February, and in March, and I gave up. Uber, you suck. Dog doo-doo. You not only stole from me, but you didn't tell us. You didn't protect your people, and I don't like you no more. I will never ride with you. I will tell every freaking body I know about how bad you are. And do I care if you don't like me? No, I don't. I will stand up for what I believe. I don't give a poot who don't like it. Because I've lost people. And I know people that have lost people. And if y'all didn't lose no people, well, maybe you lied about who you lost and said it was something else. Like you like to lie about every freaking thing. While you rob people blind, stealing money. And laundering drug money. Big time drug money. That's what yous do. And I ain't talking about little marijuana, which ain't gonna hurt nobody. I'm talking about the freaking meth and the freaking ecstasy that just eventually, them people just killing themselves and they don't know it. I'm 70 and I don't drink alcohol. I have a few wrinkles, but then again, I've got a freaking tooth stuck under my nose and the nose don't stop growing. And that aggravates the dickens out of me. Eventually, I might get that fixed. I don't know. I went to a dentist and they said what I wanted done cost $80,000. $80,000. Who can freaking afford? Oh, that's right. Those big old golfing people, I imagine they just got all kinds of money to spend $80,000 to look freaking good. But then again, you made that money with drugs, didn't you? Of course you did. At least I'm honest. I have been called stupid honest, but I'm honest. I don't go around lying about shit, and I don't go around bullying people because they don't agree with my principles. And I don't scream at people because, well, I'm a Democrat and you're a Republican. I don't believe in that crap. If you're a Republican, you treat me with respect, I will treat you with respect. But do not bully me or show me disrespect, because I can choose not to go to your establishment if you do. I can choose not to go to your freaking bands, and I can choose not to associate with people who are idiots. And that's what I can choose to do. And that's what I'm going to choose to do. I will give my business to people who do not allow bullies to bully me inside their establishment. I will give my business to people who have... I respect military, but I don't respect military who don't respect Democrats. You have to respect everybody. You've got a freaking Democrat for president. Stop with your bullshit. I've got family members who don't even talk to me. Well, that's fine. You want to choose it that way? You want to be that way? And these are people who are telling me, I'd leave my husband if he didn't make all that freaking money in the coal mines. I wonder if your husband knows you said that, sweetie. I bet he don't. We can have clean energy. They call it wind power. They got solar energy. My daughter just put solar power in her house. You know how much her electric bill was last month? $13. I could afford to pay that. And I paid it for her. She said, sure, Mom, I'll let you pay that. You can afford $13. And then people say, you shouldn't get that. You should have this code. And no, the coal energy is destroying the earth. It's destroying people's lives. They go and gun miners down if they don't agree. And that's a fact. Just go down there and research a Hatfield-McCoy feud. You see, the McCoys, they like to steal coal from people, but the Hatfields was the law. The Hatfields know how it is to have been screwed over by the wrong people, mainly coal companies. My mom owned coal and they stole it. My dad owned 600 acres with coal and they stole it. They can't say they didn't because they did. I know for a fact they did. I was sitting there when my mommy was signing things, to say, okay, we're supposed to get this road paved for our children. A school bus up to it. You know when it got paved? 2008. And I was born in 1950. Corrupt politicians, usually Republicans. I've never had and known a Democrat to prevent a Republican from voting. But I do know for a fact that I blame Republicans did it to me. To me. So do I like them? No. I like some of them if they treat me with respect, that's fine. You can choose to vote whoever you dad blame well please, but don't go be freaking yelling at me because I choose to vote for people who's going to do something for poor people, not big rich people. Maybe it sounds like I'm angry because I'm not rich. I would never be rich. First of all, I'm too freaking honest, and if you're honest, you can't get rich. You just can't. You have to be dishonest to make it and be rich. And I'll just refuse, to be that kind of a person. I think you ought to give everybody chances, and I think everybody ought to have a right to vote, whether they're Republican, Democrat, or Independent. And I'm thinking if there's a party who's preventing people from voting, which they do, then I don't support you. Period. And I will speak out and I will tell people, and they can just target me all they want to. I mean, shoot, they've done tried to kill me I don't know how many freaking times, and I'm still freaking here. I took a bullet and I'm still here. I got the hell beat out of me by some meth people who was cooking meth and then chased out of town for it because the dad blame corrupt sheriff's office was in on freaking shit. Think I'm mad? You dang right I'm mad. Those meth labs, they kill people that are outside breathing the freaking stupid air. And they kill the people taking the shit. You ever seen their faces? I mean, they don't even look human anymore. They don't. I went to church with a young lady. She got on a freaking mess. And the next time I saw her, I didn't even recognize the poor young girl. She was a beautiful young lady, too. Sang in her church choir. Next time I saw her, I didn't recognize her. She had no teeth in her, young, real young. And she had a baby bigger than she was on her hips. And she'd come up and she's hugging on me, and I don't. And she just kept telling me, you know me, you know me, you know me. I didn't recognize the girl. I didn't. And then I asked the person because I'd gone into post office to change my mail address when I moved north. And I said, who was that? And when they told me, I go, oh my God. Oh my God. I think I went home and cried for that girl. And I cry for all those people who are stupid to get on stuff, I mean. I know people say, well, when people are addicted, it's hard to fight addiction. Well, it probably is. I got drunk once, but we have to make decisions in life, you know. I mean, especially we as parents. Whether you're a man or a woman, you got to make decisions when you are a parent. Your life ain't your own no more. You got to think of your children first, and I got drunk once. I ended up in a different county with a black guy, and my kids had been driving for me, and them too young. Me vomiting the whole way there. Not knowing how I freaking got the freaking black guy. I think I know how I got it, but the story they told me didn't match what I was remembering. So I said to them, this will never happen again. And it hasn't. Because I'm not a good drunk. I'm not. I'll get mad just like that if I'm a drinking, and it's just not good to be a drunk like that. And to drink and drive with your kids in the car? Come on. How stupid was that for me? That was stupid for me. And I don't do that no more. I made a decision. And I'm making decisions to wear my mask until I feel it's safe. And if anybody's got a problem with that freaking thing, then, you know, why don't you go fly a kite and go play with yourself somewhere, because that's probably the only way you can get any freaking satisfaction, because if you're that freaking mean, ain't nobody gonna want to be with you. And that's the way it is. It's the way it is in this world. It's crazy. And I'm beginning to wonder if the electric palm ain't some really big drug dealing place. You reckon? I don't know. But there sure is a lot of yachts around there, you know, and they screw Virginia over because they come and they stay in Virginia with their yachts, and then they register yachts in places like Florida that charge you taxes. It's not fair to the state of Virginia, and I get highly insulted at people like that. If you're going to live in Virginia, by God, you better pay for freaking taxes, because our roads need fixed. They didn't get fixed for far too long because too many freaking corrupt, greedy politicians sticking money in their pockets. Frauding FEMA when the floods come. Instead of cleaning out the creeks like they're supposed to, they pocket that money. And so it was cleaned out. Sure it was, you idiots. I know better. I travel in them mountains. I'm from them mountains. Don't have many subscribers. I guess this is why. But that's okay. I don't really need a whole bunch of subscribers. I'm going to do my thing whether they like it or not. And I know bands, they get up there and they travel and they try to make it big, and they dream and they travel. And I never traveled. I never traveled with a band. I wouldn't know what it feels like to travel with a band. They say it's like having a family. I have no clue. I've got too many freaking family members. Some like my singing and some don't. But the ones who don't, I don't bother to sing for you. The ones who do, hey, you know. Good thing I'm going to counseling. That helps. And I would probably advise anybody to go to counseling in this today, especially in this world today, because there's too much hate out there. There's too much bullying going on, and they pick on old people and small people like me, and they make fun of the way I dance. Little do they know that I'm dancing to keep moving. I have scar tissue all over my body from being shot with a gun. So if I don't move, I ain't going to move. So they want to laugh at me, let them laugh. But I'll stretch my legs, and I'll slide, and I'll glide, and I'll move, and I'll groove. And then when they start insulting me, I just sign my little check and I go. I do take care of the people that wait on me, though. I do that. Maybe I should stop wearing my red fedora hat. Maybe they think I'm Republican. That's the way I feel about it. Because my daddy was a preacher. He was a good man. He used to be a Republican. And when he died, God bless some ladies who drove me 500 miles in the back of a truck. Because if I didn't go see him, I wouldn't see him before he died. Since he was a preacher and my life's kind of screwed up, I said, Daddy, is there something you want to tell me? He goes, yes. Never vote Republican. But Daddy, you were a Republican, Mommy, and you fought over it. I remember. That's why I don't vote. They're both corrupt, and all they do is just take the money and spend it for what they want, and they don't do stuff for people. So why should I vote? He said, you're right. They are both corrupt, but there's one of the two lesser evils, and that's the Democrats. They'll do more for the little people. And I found this out the hard way, he said. I found this out the hard way. And I won't be able to vote next year. That's the last thing my father, the preacher, said to me. Never vote Republican. I would never dishonor my father, period. But now that I see that they prevent you from voting and yell at you just because you're a Democrat, I can see why he said that. I can see that. And my family members who are Republicans, well, screw you. Screw you and the white horse you came running in on, because half of you ain't worth shit anyway if you are voting that way. You ain't got sense. God gave a goose. Period. And if you want to attack me, fine. I can put it back on you. I'll put it back on you in a way you won't even know what to freaking hit you. I will report your freaking asses every time you bully me. And I will get on YouTube and I will just spread it out to the whole freaking world. I love my family because they're my freaking family, but I do not have to associate with people who believe lies like the Republicans have been telling about Moderna, about getting medicated and stuff. When they're going and sneaking and getting it behind people's backs and not telling about it. And lying to everybody. Lies, lies, more lies. I try my best to tell the truth. But sometimes the truth gets a little bit weird. Because when you tell the truth, they try to kill you. Literally, they try to kill you. I know they've tried to kill me. I don't know how many freaking times. They sent me up a road with trying to kill me. Sent me up the road with a gas line put together with chicken wire, thinking, oh, she smokes. She going to blow herself up, puffing. Shocker. I wasn't puffing. So I drove like 500 miles, and then somebody said, Sandy, I'm going to come follow you and see what's going on, because I'd complained about my vehicle not running properly. They get behind me and they see gas pouring from me, and they blow their horn and tell me to pull over. I pull over and he goes, oh my God, Sandy, you can't drive this any farther. You're leaking gas like crazy and you'll blow yourself up. So my son had to pay to get that freaking truck fixed. Oh, and that was a ripoff too. Yes, that's right. Right in Hurley, Virginia. Oh, and the place that authorized the place that inspected it and sent me up the road with a gas line put together with chicken wire, that was Horn's Inspection Station in Grundy, Virginia. Wonder what Department of Transportation thinks about that. Maybe I should just start sending letters to the Department of Transportation and pointing out all these places who are ripping people off. and ripping off the state of Virginia because you ain't paying your proper taxes. And Republicans, oh, we're smart. That's why we don't pay taxes. Really? The way I see it, if you earn the money, you ain't a man or you ain't a woman unless you decide to pay your fair share of taxes, period. And I respect businesses who give people chances who can't get jobs somewhere else. You know, not the ones that hire all these rich Republican buttheads. So I've got to decide, where I'm going to go and spend time. And I'm getting ready to go on vacation, and I'm going to be so happy I see my family. But I'm going to avoid some of them. It's best to avoid than get in trouble. So I'm going to avoid the ones that I don't agree with. And treat them like strangers, because that's what they are. When they feel like that, and they say things the way they say things and believe lies, and then, start attacking people because they're Democrats. Hey, I ain't got no part with you. I ain't got nothing for you. I don't have nothing for you. I don't give a shit if you are my freaking family. I ain't got nothing for you, period. And I know how some of you are. So go ahead, bully me. Go ahead. Try to kill me one more time. Please. I don't fear death. So if y'all want to kill me, feel free to try. And I got family members tell me I shouldn't pray because I'm a sinner. They don't know what I do. They don't know that I don't drink alcohol, but I go into places and tell them, you shouldn't overdrink. I do it in a kind way, I got drunk once and this is what happened to me. You tell them that story and then they get to thinking, maybe I shouldn't overdo it. You shouldn't overdo anything, period. And when you overdo food, you're damaging yourself just as much as you're overdoing alcohol, period. You can choose to eat little amounts. You can choose to walk and exercise more. And you shouldn't be telling me I shouldn't exercise because it looks vulgar, because I'm trying to move my back. You know why you think it's vulgar? Because your mind here is vulgar. Your mind is vulgar. Not mine. I'm just trying to exercise and move. If you look at it like vulgarity, then vulgarity's in your freaking mind, not mine. I'm just trying to exercise and stay healthy. Boy, I really ran it on this one. I doubt if anybody will even watch this. But then again, when you're controversial, it sometimes gets more views than you want. But like I said, bring it. I'm too old to be fighting, but I fight with legality. I use the law on my side. That's what I do. I use God first of all. And all the people that beat me up, you'd be surprised at how many of them are dead now. I don't pray for people to die. God have mercy on me. I wouldn't do that. It's just, you don't do that. You pray for God to do justice. And then God looks down and he says, this is my people here. Because they're going and telling people the good that happens in life. They're not going out there and spreading lies. They're not going out there molesting children. And they're not going out there and laundering their porn money and stealing kids to have child pornography. So I choose to hang around people like that, Well, I've been choked so many freaking times that you come near my neck and you start to touch me near my neck, I'm going to go off on you. So I don't like to be touched unless I say you can touch me. And a lot of times people just, when they're drunk, So that's when I see people getting too drunk and nobody's going to even listen to me anyway. That's when I exit. and I just go my way. I never spend much money because I never have much money to spend. And when people find out that I only drink ginger ale or Pepsi with lime, they're not too anxious to buy me drinks, because they buy you drinks if you're a female and you're halfway decent looking, which, well, for 70, I guess that ain't half bad. I don't know. But they don't like buying people that don't drink drinks, because they're buying you drinks to get you where they want you. And you might not want to be where they want you. In my case, anyway. I'm particular who I want to be with. I want to be with if it's a man, I want a small man. Not a big, fat, ugly one. No. And I want a man who would treat me like a lady, not like some slut. Because I'm not a slut. I've been talked about like I have been, but those are lies. So when somebody grabs me and then they say, well, we got cameras, I say, watch the cameras. You'll see I never touched nobody first. And I don't appreciate being grabbed, puried, and then told to sit down and keep a seat for somebody else. Please. Be ridiculous. So, yeah. I will leave before I start trouble. If trouble follows me outside, it's... Let's just say I wouldn't fight fair if they took it outside, because I'm little. And most of them people, they freaking way bigger than I am. So, I'll just leave, and if they try to do anything, I guess I could run them over. Oh, that was an accident. I'm so sorry. Did I hit you? Are you okay? No, I wouldn't do that either. It's just me thinking I'm mean when I'm not. But anyways, I finally got a primary physician. I went back to my old one because they know my history. So they're able to help me with what I need. And I was put on CBD oil, and people make fun of me for that. But it was a doctor that actually put me on a CBD oil for inflamed kidney, and it is helping. I haven't had as many bladder infections as I had ever since I've been on CBD oil for inflamed kidney. And so hemp and CBD's been around for thousands of years helping people. But the chemists, and they want to make it worse, make things worse, and the natural is the best way to go. I mean, you go out here. My mommy fed us greens that people call weeds. But these greens that we knew were good for us was plantain, which if you dig up the root of it and let it be old before you dig it up, it's good for cancer, skin cancer. Didn't know that. They cut all the nice, good food that's healthy for us, and they plant grass. I mean, can you eat grass? Nah, I can't eat grass. Cows can eat grass, but I can't handle meat because I don't have all my intestines. So, meats and me never got along anyway. And that's a good thing, too, because if I hadn't have been healthy when I got shot, if I'd have been heavyset when I got shot, and I hadn't have been healthy when I got shot, I wouldn't be here right now. And I got shot when I was 30. But Dr. Richard C. Myers, he's famous because he developed a double-barrel colostomy bag that he used on me. And it was successful. So I guess, I'm kind of like a part of his... I don't think he's alive anymore, but he was one of the best doctors. He would he was a surgeon in Vietnam. And that's how he knew, about the colon surgeries and stuff, because he'd had so many people that he lost over there. And so when I come along and I'm healthy in my colon, he told me I had the healthiest colon of anybody he'd ever seen through his place. And he said if you were heavy set, you wouldn't be alive because there was too much. Your intestines hold all your, bad stuff that it's getting rid of. So if it's shot up and you're not healthy, you ain't gonna live. And I almost didn't live. Um, they called my family and told them to come get me, to bury me. And so my family showed up, but they were praying people. So they all prayed and thought good thoughts for me. And here I am. And he told me the reason I did survive is because I didn't drink alcohol. Like I said, I got drunk once. That was after I got shot. I never drank before I got shot. Was stupid to start drinking afterwards, ain't it? Crazy. But gives you a bad taste. And then I had this young lady recently. I went down to Heathville, Virginia, and this young lady was bragging about how many guns she had, and she loves the NRA. And she said when people get shot, they don't feel it because they're in shock. I looked at her and I said, "Who the hell told you that?" I said, "I don't know who you talking to, lady, but for a fact I know, because I did get shot. And no, they lie. Because you know what? It feels like fire. And you can feel that fire going through your whole freaking body wherever it goes, that bullet. So don't sit there and tell people, oh, if we shoot them, they won't even know it. They won't feel no pain. You lying low-life pieces of NRA bullshit. Bullshit. And I'm calling it like it is, bullshit. And I said shit. I think I may best get off here. I think it's about time for me to go to the restroom. And talk too long. Drank too many sodas. One and only. Singing, dancing, Lady Sandy.